Hello everyone! Today we're going to dive into the incredible world of One Piece, but in a different way. I'm going to compare, based on popular vote, the highest rated episode and the lowest rated episode of this legendary series. How is it possible that in the same anime we can find an episode that makes you say, "What did I just watch?" and another that leaves you dying of boredom? Stay tuned until the end, because this is going to get intense. And above all, very entertaining. The highest rated episode of One Piece is episode number 1100 of the anime, specifically from the Egghead arc, titled Lucci, which received an almost perfect score according to IMDb. So let's see what it's all about. This episode offers us a fresh perspective on one of One Piece's most iconic villains, Rob Lucci. In Lucci, we explore his motivations, his complex personality, and the tension generated by his confrontation with the Straw Hats. The narrative delves into Lucci's internal conflict, showing not only his ferocity in battle, but also moments that reveal his doubts and the weight of his past actions. What truly stands out in this episode is the way the animation and direction managed to convey a unique emotional intensity, making every punch and every glance count. The music, pacing, and staging all combine to create an experience that captivates the viewer, making you feel every dilemma and every battle as if it were your own. At Marine headquarters, Akainu learns of the situation at Egghead and orders Lucci not to confront Luffy until Admiral Kizaru arrives with reinforcements. However, both end up clashing using their new powers, with Luffy employing Gear 5 and Lucci awakening his Devil Fruit power. Meanwhile, inside the laboratory, Dr. Vegapunk explains his theory about the creation of devil fruits to Sanji's group. After that, he convinces Sentomaru to join his side and fight against the Marines and the world government. Sentomaru arrives in Egghead, ordered to side with the Straw Hats and battle the CP0 agents. Though initially reluctant to side with pirates, he agrees, ordering the Seraphim to attack the enemy forces. Though Kaku attempts to order S-Bear against Sentomaru, S-Bear turns on the CP0 agents instead, as Sentomaru holds priority of command over authority chip holders such as CP0 agents. Though the Five Elders has priority over Sentomaru, they cannot command the Seraphim via Den Den Mushi. Kaku and Stussy are forced to retreat to a safer location. Sentomaru then watches as Luffy begins to have an advantage over Lucci, striking him twice with his powers. Lucci, who had recently been blasted away by Luffy, returns to the battlefield and knocks out Sentomaru in order to regain control of the Seraphims. Before moving on to the lowest rated episode of One Piece, let me ask you, what do you think would have happened if Rob Lucci had waited for Admiral Kizaru and both fought against Luffy? Let me know in the comments. Now let's move to the other extreme. The episode that, according to the vote, has been the least successful in terms of narrative and connection to the main storyline. It's Chopper Man Departs. Protect the TV station by the shore. Filler episode that frankly feels forced and disconnected from the adventurous spirit of the series. According to those who voted, this episode has a rating of 5.3 out of 10. It was obvious that the episode with the lowest rating would be a filler. It's episode 336, which aired in 2007, taking place just before the Thriller Bark arc. Its plot recounts the historic battle between Chopperman, the superhero version of Chopper, around which the anime has built an entire storyline with every character represented as a superhero or villain, and Uso Dabata. They compete in a rigged, televised match to win a miniature airplane, and the episode ends with a giant robot fight between Frankarak and Luffy Bomber. The episode is sheer madness, and we can understand why it doesn't appeal to everyone. The jokes and comedic situations, instead of lightening the narrative, feel forced and lack the creative spark that characterizes One Piece. It's as if they intended to create a humorous break. But the result is an episode that contributes nothing to the evolution of the story or to the emotional connection with the characters. While watching it, I kept thinking, seriously, One Piece? Is this what you offer us as an interlude? And although I understand that fillers can be necessary, This one, in particular, falls short, lacking the coherence and charm of the best moments of the series. Comparing both episodes, we find a brutal contrast. On one hand, we have Lucci, an episode that stands out for its emotional intensity, the depth of its narrative, and the way it offers a new perspective on a classic character. On the other hand, Chopper Man Departs turns out to be an absurd detour, soulless pause that disrupts the emotional continuity of the anime. This comparison invites us to reflect on what truly makes an episode memorable. Is it the action, the character development, the music, or the ability to convey genuine emotions? In this case, the narrative cohesion and emotional weight of Lucci win without a doubt, reaffirming One Piece's potential to surprise and move its audience.